Hello there, I'm Dave Allen, I'm Good and Geeky, and I'm going to show you how to make your folders in your Finder look a little bit more interesting. So let's go into Finder and I'll show you what I've done here so far. And this is the documents folder I have, and inside it I've got some folders there which are looking a little bit different. So I've got this picture on the side of this one here for code. This one here I've put with a picture in it as well. I put pictures inside this one here as well. Well, the way my brain works is kind of visual, so I like to see what's going on. It's good to have these pictures. So what I did was I came into Affinity Designer and I sort of made this little folder here, and it's on a 512 by 512 size with a transparent background. And now what I want to do is I want to make this so that the GitHub folder I've got there has got a GitHub symbol on there, so I can pick it out from the rest of them a little bit easier. So I'm going to do go back into Finder again. So if I go into this one here, I'm going to grab this SVG symbol here for GitHub, and I'm going to grab that and drop that into there. Sized it up, and you can easily sort of set it exactly where you want it. You've got some guidelines there to help you put it so that it's more or less in the center there. Okay, so that's good. Now all I need to do is to export that. Export it as a PNG with the transparent background. And I've got this all set up to go as PNG 512 by 512, and I'm going to export. Give it a name. Just going to call it GitHub folder. And I like to tag things because tagging things is good. And I'm just going to tag it so that it's an icon, and I'm going to save it into the pictures folder. Let's click on save. Let's go back into Finder again now. Okay, so here we are in Finder, and I've got the pictures folder there. This one here is the one I've just created. And I've got to go to the documents folder. So let's go to the documents folder and this one here now. Documents. And I'll change it so we can see the icons. And this one here is the one I want to change. So what I'm going to do is Command and I. So I get the info for that folder. And all I've got to do now is quite simple. Is drag and drop this here and put it into that spot just there, look. And now I've got a new folder image. And go back into this one here, and as you can see now I've got this nice little GitHub logo in this folder here, and it looks quite nice. So let's go for screenshots, do Command and I again. So now I'm going to get this here and grab just any image off here. Let's pick this one here. It's a thumbnail I did for one of my videos. I'm just going to drag it and drop it in. I'm going to be able to change it later anyway, so let's drag that and drop that in there. So this here now is a thumbnail which basically is signed a PDF. And just show you that you can put any sort of picture in there. I don't know, let's just do Good and Geeky in there. So put anything in there for the moment. Let's just drag that and drop that in there. So it's easy to change. If you've made a change to it already and you want to change it back again to something else, no problem. And you see Good and Geeky is in there for screenshots. So what I'll do is I'll go back to that at some point in time. I'll change something there that's a bit more screenshotty. So it's Good and Geeky screenshots. That'll be good. And there is one more way you can do this here. Let's go to a different, this one here called icon to image. And you can do something similar with this one here. Let's get the Finder up again. Now the way that it works with this one here is a little bit easy in some ways, but you don't have so many options with the way it works. If you want it in a folder, you have to have the whole picture's going to take the whole of the space there. So we're going to just grab a picture off here. Let's go to pictures. Let's go for this icon I've got here. So I'm just going to drag this icon in here, so I can do some changes to it so that I can crop it and do some offsets and stuff like that. So if I want to move it to the left or to the right, I can do. Not going to make a lot of difference because it's going to take the whole of the space anyway. And I can zoom it up there like that. That's if you've paid for the thing and you can use these icon templates, okay? Background's already removed from it because I used PNG, so that's easy enough. Now the next thing to do is to get a folder that I want to change. So let's go back into this documents folder again. And in the documents folder, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab something here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag this test folder on top of here. It takes a little while to do it, but it does it. And as you can see, it's changed it here. And now I've got this icon here and it takes up the whole of the space. It's difficult to get it back to its standard again by using this application here unless you've paid for the upgrade. But what you can do is you can go back into this again, go to Command and I. To get it back to the way it was, I don't know how to do that. Well, what I can do is I can go back into my Affinity Designer. I can take this out of here and I can export this out just plain one. In fact, let's show you how you can change colours in a folder as well, because that's quite interesting, isn't it? So I've got this one here selected, and we'll have a different colour in there. We've got a different colour folder there now, so we can export this out. So let's go to File, Export. We do the ping again and export it out. Purple folder, that's what we're going to call it. Click on Save. Okay, so that's good. Let's go back into Finder again. Now in Finder, we're going to change the colour of that icon, aren't we? So let's go to this one here, screenshots. Okay, so I've got one selected, Command and I. Okay, so I've got that back up there again now. So let's get into Finder, this one here. And there's my purple folder. So let's drag that and drop that into there. So now I'm going to have a purple folder there for my screenshots. And that's quite nice. It stands out from the rest and I quite like it. So this is Dave Allen showing you how you can put images like this image in here into a folder. I've got an icon in there for another folder. I've got an icon which is on top of a folder sort of shape which I created in Affinity Designer, and it's all looking a little bit more sort of more interesting than having just these plain folders that you got here struck all the way across here and you don't know which one's which, unless you're going to have to do like an animal and read these titles underneath. I'm more visual, I like to have pictures in there, so let's go with this. I'm Dave Allen, I'm good and geeky. Hope you enjoyed this video. Put a like on it, make a comment, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye bye now.